Hi everyone, welcome to Awkward Author. My name is Alyssa Grasso. This is a weekly vlog and podcast that I put out letting you know all about my adventures as an author and what's going on and what I'm learning and what I'm doing and all that good stuff. And this past week has been a lesson in what you can do when you don't have distractions and things going on, and you know how much more you can accomplish than when you are dealing with distractions like I was in the previous few weeks. And so I did get a lot done this week, I feel like, and I don't even know where to begin. I guess what I was working on first of all was my two books that had just gone out of print, my second and third novels, the books Ferocity Summer and Shallow Pond. I had been working on getting those files ready to be republished, and there was quite a bit of work involved because I had to re-edit those books to get them back, to get them to the point where they had been when they were published, because the documents I had were not fully edited. So I had completed that work in previous weeks, and so this week I just worked on finalizing those. Had a few, the layout and things like that I had to do. I was using vellum, so there isn't too much work involved in that, and tweaking the covers. I had created some new covers because, of course, I don't have the rights to use the original cover artwork, and it was probably time to update those covers anyway because they're kind of a little bit dated now and maybe aren't the best covers for those books. Not that the covers that I have now are necessarily the best covers for them, but I created some simple, pretty basic covers, which I can always change along the way too. That's the nice thing about self-publishing, is you always have the ability, if something's not working, go back to the drawing board and redo it and, see if you can come up with something better that converts better, that, you're getting sales from. So anyway, got those books all ready to go and then uploaded them. So they are technically available now. Now what I did, because these books were published originally in 2012 and 2013, they had been out there. I mean, they were wide, they were to an extent in bookstores and, everywhere you could buy books. So what I decided to do now that I am, republishing them. Right now, when I say they're live, they're only live as the ebook. That's all I have right now done. I'm getting, the print one done as well, but right now just the ebook is live for each of those, and I only have it available on Amazon. So I'm trying something with these two books. It is excessively noisy outside. I apologize for that. There's like a whole convoy of trucks going by because of course there is, as I am making this weekly video. But anyway, I just put those two books on Amazon, so I don't have them on the other stores. And because I'm just putting on Amazon, as you know probably if you're an indie author, you can enroll those books in what's called Kindle Unlimited, and then people who are part of the Kindle Owners Lending Library can read those books for free, and you get some money from those page reads. So, I put those books on there, tested them out a little bit to make sure everything was looking okay. And I will at some point actually, do something as far as promoting them, but I've done the bare minimum about getting them on there because I want them on there when I put out my next book, which is going to be very soon. So the goal was just to make sure I could get those up. I have done nothing in terms of promoting them. I don't even have them on my website right now with the new covers or links or anything like that. Although when I did upload them, Amazon was smart enough to link the new ebooks to the original published. What am I talking about? The original product listing on Amazon for the traditionally published books. So that's good and bad. I mean, it means I have reviews already on them. I also have some great, not so great reviews because, I didn't get all good reviews. I only had, I think on both, like 6 reviews total, and some were good and some weren't good. So I think both have like a 3-star or like 3.5-star ranking, which isn't really that great. So I wasn't really like, oh, I don't want to lose my reviews. I wasn't like that worried about that, but Amazon automatically did that and linked that. So it does have reviews, not necessarily great reviews, but hey, it is what it is. Anyway, my plan is to eventually, use those in terms of promoting other books as I get those up there. So I will, be sharing the news of these republished books, but I've done nothing about that yet. Although I'm telling all 5 of you that are watching or listening to this, hi Mom, and yeah. So at some point I'll add them to the website, obviously, and probably even do some sort of advertising with those as well. I have them both priced at $4.99 for the ebook. Obviously, the Kindle, you can read it for free if you're a part of the Kindle Owners Lending Library. And will I change that? I don't know. I might change the pricing as I play around with this. My thinking was, advertising and making sure you can have a significant return on investment. So that's why I have them priced at $4.99. Might change that, might not. I will see how things go. Might even do, some limited time changing of the price to do different special promotions and stuff like that. So again, I'll let you know what's going on. What I did find interesting was I just happened to look, I guess it was this morning that I looked, and I noticed that the one book, Frosty Summer, had already had, when you go into the Kindle dashboard, you can see how many copies of the book have sold, and then there's another column where you can see pages read. The Kindle pages read, and you get paid, per page that's been read. And so Frosty Summer had I don't know what the whole book comes to in Kindle terms, like the published book, I want to say is around 250 pages or so. And the Kindle pages read were like 338. So I don't know if that's like more than one read through, or if that's like, someone read part and someone read another part, or if that's like, if you read the whole book on Kindle, it comes out to, 300 some pages read. I don't know the exact mathematics there. But anyway, I found that exciting. Like, I was like, whoo, because I've done nothing to promote these books yet. And keep in mind, I have made no money. That book came out in 2012. I have made no money in 6 years on that book. So yeah, I made like $1 and change from someone reading it, but it's like $1 and change more than I've made in 6 years on that book. So to me, that was like, wow, I'm headed in the right direction here. So yeah, I'm excited about that. I mean, it's such a stupid little thing, but that gives me hope. That gives me hope, guys. Little things. Anyway, so like I was saying, I wanted to get this out there because I am going to put my next book out soon, Unnamed Roads. I've been talking about it for a while. It went to my beta readers, and I was going to get it out this winter. I said, it still feels like winter here, so I feel like I'm on schedule, but a little bit behind schedule with everything that was going on in my life. Anyway, I now have a release date set. I made this up myself. This is my self-imposed deadline. And I'm going to get that book out April 4th. That's a Wednesday. That's going to be next Wednesday, so a week away, the Wednesday after Easter. And I just kind of randomly picked that date. There's nothing significant about it or any, great strategy that went into picking that day. It was like what made the most sense in terms of, holding myself to a deadline and getting that book out there. And so what I worked on yesterday, I made all the final edits to that document, which was like based on the feedback I got from my beta readers, and just going through it and making some changes that I wanted to make too. And so trying to catch every single last typo in there. I know there'll still be some, but I'm sorry about that, but done my best to try to catch them. And yeah, so that is like that document, that file is all done. What have I done with it since then? I uploaded it to CreateSpace, and it's under review, so that I can then, get the print copy, get that going. You have to order like a review copy. I mean, you could do it without, but I'd like to see that before I make the print copy live. So I'm waiting for that to get reviewed and to get the ball rolling on that. And there's still quite a few things that I have to do before my, release date of April 4th. And what I will probably be doing is actually getting it up shortly before April 4th, before I make my announcement and make sure everything is working okay, and then, you know, shout it out to the world that the book is available. So look for that soon if you're interested. I'm really excited about this, and you know, I'll be, obviously, for those of you that are on my mailing list or, you know, whatever, I will be in contact with you about the book too. So check your inboxes for the exciting announcement. But yeah, I'm really excited about this. This is going to be my first fully self-published novel. So, you know, it's probably one of the worst genres to pick as far as self-publishing. I mean, maybe a middle grade fiction or picture book would probably be even more of a difficult sell, but young adult contemporary novel, probably not the best choice, but it's what I got, and that's what I'm putting out there, guys. So yeah, I will see how it goes. I will obviously be reporting back to you. Well, next week I'll be just shouting about the launch, but I'll be reporting back to you on how sales go and how things go. I am going to be going wide with the book, meaning that it's going to be on Amazon, but it's also going to be on Barnes & Noble and Kobo and iBooks and everywhere. So that's my decision. Originally, I went back and forth with making it a Kindle exclusive and going wide, and I decided that I'm going to go wide with this one and see how it goes, and, you know, figure out my strategy going forward. And the other thing that I have going on really doesn't really involve any work right now on my part, but it is too part of the excitement and author stuff that's going on. So let's see, I guess it was last year we finally completed this. This was a collaboration project with two of my author friends who are both, well, they write, you know, different stuff, but I know them because they wrote children's young adult books, really young adult. And in fact, I'll tell you the story of the origin of this book. We had an event together, the three of us had an event at a library. I think it was for Teen Reads Week. I could be wrong about that, but it was definitely a teen event at a library where, you know, we went to this thing, talked about our books to, you know, unenthusiastic teens. Now, talked about our books to a group of teenagers and, you know, answered questions and signed books and stuff like that. It was one of those things like, you know, it was, for my one friend, it wasn't too far of a trek. For the other two of us, we drove pretty far. And it was like, I think maybe there were like two teens when we showed up, and they basically like rounded up kids from the library, like, here, come in, you got to come into this room, there's snacks or something, you know. So they were bribed to come listen to us. And you know, you do these events as an author because you got to get your name out there, you got to promote your books, but at the same time it's like, oh my gosh, like, why am I doing this? Like, you know, this is not a profitable thing at all, and you kind of question yourself and doubt the whole thing. And I think we were all kind of like, not just frustrated by the event, but just the whole industry in general, and, you know, dealing with trying to sell other books and stuff. You know, we had all this stuff going on. So anyway, we went out to dinner after, and it was just like a rant fest. Like, we were just, you know, ranting about everything. And I don't even know, like, what it, you know, we were like talking about, like, well, we should write like a romance novel or something. Like, why are we wasting our time writing these young adult books? And so then we just like started kind of like brainstorming the idea for this novel, and then we're like, we should write this. Like, we should really do this. And so like we, you know, made a plan to get together again and to actually like sit down and plan writing a book, which ended up becoming more than a romance novel. It's really women's fiction. So yeah, it's a tale of three sisters, and we each kind of have a voice of one of the sisters in this book, which could have sequels. And so we completed this, I think, in the fall, or maybe before then, probably before then. Anyway, I no longer have an agent. My one friend had an agent, and her agent was going to be the one submitting it, and her agent dropped her as well, mostly because what she was doing was stuff that agent wasn't focused on anymore, but she really wasn't that interested in this project. I mean, you know, she did look at it and decided it wasn't for her. So my other friend is the only one of us that still has an agent, and her agent doesn't represent adult stuff at all, so she just does kids and YA stuff. But she's part of an agency where there are other agents that do represent this sort of book. So she said she would pass it on to another couple of agents there. So, we had to create, a query. I can't remember if the two agents that it's going to wanted sample pages or just a query, because each agent has their own specifications, of course. So really I did nothing. I mean, I added some comments to, but it was my one friend who kind of created the query. It's my other friend who's submitting it to her agent to pass along to other agents at her, at her agency. And so we're just going to sit back, keep our fingers crossed, and think good thoughts for our little book, and maybe it'll get picked up. So, that's a lot going on in 1 week, I think. And I'm going to really be spending the next week focusing on getting Unnamed Roads all set up and ready to go. And, I have an idea for marketing, but I'll be doing some more of that in the coming weeks too. And it's just a testament, like I said, to what you can do when you don't have all these crazy distractions going on. You can actually focus on stuff. I mean, I've had a really busy week as far as what I call my day job, like the reselling thing. I've been massively busy the past couple of weeks with that, but I still was able to get all this stuff done because I wasn't dealing with a handyman fixing my shower and all the craziness and commotion of that. So it's been pretty calm here, and I could actually focus on stuff and get stuff done and keep to my schedule, which is really, really nice. And I appreciate that more now, just with having those distractions going on in the previous weeks. So that's all that's been going on this week for me. I hope your week has been at least as productive as mine, because it's been awesome. And I hope you're doing well, writing, publishing, whatever you guys are doing. And hope life treats you as good as it's treating me right now. Stay awkward, guys. I will see you again next week, and next week will be my book launch day, my book birthday. So I'll bring the confetti. No, just kidding. Probably not. I don't think so. Signing off now. Like I said, my name is Alyssa Grasso. My website's alyssagrasso.com, ALISSAGROSSO.com if you want to know more about me and my books. I can promise you that it's not fully updated with my books yet, but will be soon. Will be one of the things I'll work on this week. So check that out. And thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I'll see you all again next week.